Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Halcyon 6. It is disappointing. We managed to actually make contact with the Cruel, actually speak to them. And all we found out was that they had one of our legendary officers on ice. And that's, like, cool. It's cool that we can now get, you know, extra sweet officer. But, man, it's disappointing that... It's just disappointing. Like, I was really hoping that the end of that plotline was going to be, and now there's something you can do to hasten the fight against the Cruel, or so, you know, just anything useful. We got a cool officer out of it, but what we do not need is more officers. I don't honestly have a use for all of the officers that we have now. Let's just try to immunize him against the bile, although it appears it doesn't actually do all that much damage anyway. Okay, pretty good hit. So he's got 400... Yeah, this'll do. What is going to be the quickest way to kill these guys? I mean, putting vulnerable up on people is good. Even when we can't combo it, it's very, very useful. Well, that's not going to do any meaningful damage. We'll let this guy tick down while we finish this guy off quickly. Alright, so we're going to burn through a lot of tedious combat before the end of this game, unfortunately. I do think that the space backgrounds, the battle backgrounds, are really nice. Sure, give me some crew or whatever. And then race home, and maybe you can fight this guy. Yeah, we're faster. We're so much faster. So he can pull up, and we immediately attack. Wow, him just pulling up does like 40 damage. That's crazy. Sorry, Ziegler. He's just really good. He's a really good officer. It's pretty hard to argue with. That's okay. Ziegler will transfer into the B team. This guy's basically just like him, except he also has Suicide Run instead of Fire at Will, which is largely useless, I think. I think we can actually just let this guy tick out, probably. I don't think I have anything on the science officer that combines with engines down. Oh, Demolish does. Let's try to demolish this guy. 1146 is okay, I guess. Alright, well, we should have absolutely no trouble at all finishing this off before he gets a turn. Okay, and now at this point, I actually think we're just waiting for this to happen. Okay, we also have pirates. Pirates that I'm gonna go ahead and let the top tier fleet take care of this. So hold up, we have somebody who's not equipped now to a ship, right? Yeah, right, Ziegler. This is your new ship. And then we should... Well, actually, you know what? I bet we can do this. So, slightly less good ships now has Ziegler instead of Stensgar? Yeah, I think so. Yeah, they should be able to handle this, I think. Disappointing. But now both of our good fleets have access to Into the Fray, which is fantastic. Aw. I was hoping to be able to get a nice stun off there. Yeah, see, like, this is cool with the light peeking through the, I don't know, clouds of something. I don't know exactly what they're supposed to be. There's a lot of great stuff in this game. There's no two ways about that. I just wish that they had done things a little bit differently with the design of the... how you reach the ending. And I think that the gameplay is pretty tight up until you sort of reach the end of the treadmill. What do I want to do here? Yeah, let's hit him with Engulf. Engulf's pretty powerful. Alright, we get to come out of this basically at full. So if we have to wait another... It was 27 days last time I looked at it, but I don't know what it is now. If we had to wait another, basically, 3 in-game weeks. There's a yabbling distress signal that we just dealt with, so let's... Also, man, notifications need to not just hang around all the time. $24 days left. It's just really not a lot to do. I'm assuming this is the most dangerous ship. Yeah. None of these ships are fantastically dangerous. I don't know that we've seen this design before. I don't know, maybe we have. I don't think so, though. Into the Fray is such a good skill. I'm very, very happy that we have access to it now. Also, I apologize for this chair. I don't know what... All of a sudden, it's squeaking like crazy every time I move. We could try to put the engine down on the coming turn. We have seeker missiles here. We do, but we also have, like, bridge shot. Yeah, okay. Seeker missiles it is. You convinced me. I still don't really think it's a good idea to just headbutt people in space. That seems like a really great way to get everybody involved killed. Yeah, wow, Ziegler's presence is actually really helpful. We're taking these enemies on much more effectively than we would have even very recently. Alright, let's deconstruct this guy. Even if it doesn't kill him, the first tick of the bleed will. Let me just stack stuff up on this guy. So I've always been, like, way into space games. We're going to talk about something else, because there's nothing to talk about in continuing this combat. I've always been a sucker for space games ever since when I was very, very young. And I'm maybe dating myself a little bit here. I'm old enough that it wasn't super, super common for everybody to have internet access in their home when I was a kid. And we didn't even have a PC in our house until I was like maybe 11. So I used to play TIE Fighter, the old LucasArts TIE Fighter game at my it's up here is what I'm looking for, at my friend's house, and I was it blew my mind. There was basically nothing in the world that I loved more than Star Wars, because I was that kid. And TIE Fighter was just like, it was all I wanted to do. All I wanted to do was go over to Dave's house, play some TIE Fighter. Alright. So I've really enjoyed space games, and I have a space game or two loaded up on the schedule, just waiting for things to complete. I'm just doing a quick check to make sure nothing else is going wrong. Even some, like, actual flying games, not just games with space themes. And so the thought of, like, basically, the game was sort of sold to me, the idea being, it's like a Darkest Dungeon, but FTL kind of thing. And I was like, dude, that sounds awesome. Of course I will play that. I don't think this game really has a lot in common with FTL. I'm not sure where that was coming from. We're in outer space, but that, I think, is literally the only similarity. I suppose both games have resource systems. I don't think that one's the developer's fault. I don't know where the person who told me about the game was getting that idea. Alright, we don't have access to AoE yet. But, I mean, screw it. Let's just finish it off. And there's definitely some similarity to Darkest Dungeon. I think Darkest Dungeon actually is kind of a weird game mechanically, because the moment-to-moment gameplay of it is way more similar to a JRPG than I think almost anything else that any other kind of game that is commonly played. But I don't think most people would look at Darkest Dungeon, especially I don't think most people would play Darkest Dungeon for several hours and go, oh yeah, it's like a Final Fantasy game, basically. And this game definitely has some of that going on, but unfortunately, it just drags on a little bit too long after it's over. Like, I feel like the game has basically been won at this point. Is anybody close to level 13? Should I build we could build an extra tier 5 science ship just to have it, because we have very little to do with our resources. Maybe Arium gets to level 13. Could happen. Alright, we're just gonna watch Cruel Space, basically. And if a pirate shows up somewhere, we'll be notified on the thing. I do wish it would stop. Cruel have infiltrated the cadet barracks. Oh no! I guess, really, I want to put Arium Revigati on this, right? Okay. But what this game's missing a couple of things to make that Darkest Dungeon comparison really tight, and I think the biggest one really is the danger. Also, I think Darkest Dungeon is really, really well paced. To be fair, I mean, comparing a game to Darkest Dungeon and saying this is not as good, this does not manage its length and tension as well, is not exactly an indictment. Darkest Dungeon does an extraordinary job at those things. In particular, I feel like the difficulty curve in Darkest Dungeon is really, really well handled. Although I know they've been making some changes since we've been gone. Alright, cool. What are you guys doing? Alright, so we need to dispatch a fleet to deal with that, and a fleet to deal with this. Alright, this is tier 4s and tier 5. I think that we can send our A-team out to fight this ship. Or this fleet. Oh, hold up. What was that? Corzin wants something. Okay. And then I think we can send our B team out on this one, because I think these guys will turn around when they see that we are on defense. I don't think they'll try to fight us. Yep. Turned around and headed home. Alright, the Corzin are constantly bothering us. What could you possibly want now? Commander, we have something vitally important with which to commune with you. Have you wondered why your crew, even when they leave your station, are impervious to the Krul's psychic domination attacks? Maybe we're lucky? Yeah, that's what we are. That's what we've been so far, right? Lucky. No, that's not it. What would make you... Very strange of you to guess that. You see, while lovingly gazing into the recesses of your mind during our last conversation, I was able to pinpoint a tiny, tiny anomaly in your cortex that bore more than a passing resemblance to the kind of signals emanating from your mysterious station. So the station is changing our brains? What we're saying, most wise and wondrous human friend, is not only that the station has laid their mark on your people, but that we Corzin are best positioned to study this phenomenon through vigorous, close-quarters, intention-filled meditation, followed by a short, safe, easily reversible physical procedure in the appropriate cranial area. Just a small poking around, really. Sure, exploratory brain surgery. What could be concerning about that? After perfecting the process with our own endlessly complex encephalons, human brains really ought to be a cinch. Sure. Excellent. We shall prepare the meditation/cranial extraction chamber. Also, be sure to let your volunteer know that they'll be astonished at the almost zero amount of pain this procedure will impart. Sure. Okay. 7 days, 14 days, 10 days. Okay. This is your new job, Roy. Get operated on by these guys. That cruel ship is it's moving real slow. How much time do we have left? The Corzin excitedly contact you, expressing their thanks at being able to open up a genuine precursor station-addled human brain. While proof is inconclusive, it seems as though the station has imposed a form of inoculation against the cruel possession waves, though that would suggest a kind of relationship between the cruel and the station that is wholly unsupported by evidence. The Corzin, however, are unbothered by this. Nor are they bothered by the somewhat alarming, though ultimately harmless, personality changes exhibited by the officer after the procedure. Officer gains the nearsighted trait. Okay. Oh, it's still working. So, what do we... How long? 1 day left, okay. It's finally about to be time. Commander, our sensors have detected the largest cruel super vessel we've seen yet. Our team is starting to worry there may be no limit to the size of the vessel they can spawn. But this is the 4th of the 4 super vessels, so... Okay, I guess this is done. It looks like... I mean, the circle's still here. Alright, well, I think these guys should be good to do this. Alright. Yeah, I don't really have anybody to pilot it. I just thought we should build more ships. Okay, so that's going to take forever. Right. we are considerably more powerful with Roy Ziegler on the team. The difference that a good officer makes apparently is very significant. Alright. Nothing. Well... yeah, bridge shot's always good. Let's try to disable. I suppose this is as good a time as any to start healing. Not too bad, and then we, well, I bet the science ship actually can't deal enough damage. Oh, this attack could. Alright, that was pretty close to highest possible damage value. Alright, so I'm assuming that once we defeat this final cruel super vessel, something will happen. I don't know what. But something better happened. I don't know that it's necessarily helpful for you to sit still and like blow the front of your ship at them before attacking. You should probably just go straight into the attack. Sure, I'll take some materials. And then I guess you just go home? Alright, everybody's coming for this Larianthe, so we'll just keep the A-team over here. Alright, 3 big fights it looks like. So we do want to try to be careful, maintain a decent amount of health. Definitely do not spend our epic abilities, legendary abilities, whatever it is that they are appropriately called. Yeah, we have enough health at this point that they're really having a lot of trouble getting through. They can no longer even scare us with big bursts of damage, it seems like. Let's do this. Like I said, just gotta keep the health high. Everybody needs to be in good condition going into the next battle. Alright, well, this one's pretty much over. Alright, $9.50 per round is not bad. Alright, here we go. So yeah, like I said, I have no idea what advancement is going to look like from here. Hopefully, I'm not, like, counting my chickens before they're hatched here. I don't think we should be surprise killed. I think we probably got this under control. We do want to, obviously, make sure that we're in pretty good health. We should be able to manage that at the end of this fight. These things are the only ships that I'm actually still worried about. Oof, how bad? Pretty bad. It's not great. I can hardly remember the last time Harpoon actually applied both of the debuffs. Oh wait, now I want to do this. There we go, 2,500. Not bad. I don't have my AoE attacks ready yet. But this guy goes next. We should definitely kill him. Make sure he dies, since we still have no way of knowing where the, we still have no way of knowing where in the turn order our damage over time attacks are gonna, effects rather, are gonna tick. Again, it looks like fire, but it's gotta be plasma or something. I don't think you can use a flamethrower in space. I don't think it would work. Let's go for slowing him. That should probably only play the animation over ships that actually are still alive. Boy, this guy is strong against everything, isn't he? Okay. I doubt he's strong against the, damn it. I was gonna say I doubt he's strong against the torture, damage over time effect. But then he just brood potted. Okay, we did manage to end that one at completely full health on everybody. Sure. Alright, we are in position. Let's do this. Most honorable human! The Zlar wished you to know that we have joined the war against your hated foe, the dreadful Cruel. In its ultimate wisdom, the Zlar Yanthu Directorate has decided to extend an invitation to you, our brave human friends, to join in the glorious onslaught. The Zlar and Terran relations have been strained for some time. No point in changing that now. Wait, none of my answers are just like, yeah, that sounds great. Because this one is no. This one is make fun of him, and this one is make fun of him. Alright, well this one's the least rude, I guess. Are you asking for help? Oh, I wouldn't say that. Rather, we have the most cleverly baited the Cruel vessel into our orbit, lulling it into a false sense of security, allowing it to bombard and destroy our defenses. Soon, however, we will strike with a masterful ambush. Oh yes, we will. 100%. However, knowing the valor of the Terran fleet, we thought to extend to you the courtesy of joining in. You know, for glory. Yes, we'll send a... Why do all the answers have to be so fighty? Dude wants us to come and kill the Cruel. We want to come and kill the Cruel. This can be a moment of glory for everybody. Alright, yeah, let's... Okay, enough talking. Let's fight it. I'm here already, though, so can we just fight it? Okay. Apparently this is one of those things where I have to leave and then come back. Yeah. Okay, massive Cruel behemoth, as if lying in wait for you, angrily swerves at your fleet, seething. So we can use Isolde Freehold's Cocky ability to dispense point-blank EMP into the tentacles, or we can look into the behemoth's psychic aura with Ingeborg Zhao's psychic training. That's interesting. Let's make with the EMP. Enemy fleet gains engines down. That's not bad. It's not a bad start at all. Yeah, okay, let's burn out his support crew. Do we have anything that really cares about engines down? Yeah, release mines. And demolish. Demolish will be available quickly. Alright, how much... His damage value is high. It's not that high. Oh, damn it. The damage buff got purged off of him. Stupid enemies. It's a really good damage buff. Alright. Starting on this guy, I guess. I maybe should heal. Why don't we repair Dread Overdrive this guy? We'll use the single target. I guess we'll just refresh this and put up the Pulse Mesh effect. Let's start throwing out epics. Okay, we got a couple of things out on him. His engines are still down. I'm gonna hit him with this. We'll finish this guy off, I swear. But I want to get this on him while his engines are still down. Yeah, go for it. Nuclear Strike sounds fine. Drone Swarm sounds fine. Alright. Definitely want to get the armor up while we're vulnerable. Alright, well, I mean, we might even be over-prepared, honestly. This is going really smoothly. But, of course, it's not the final boss. I don't know exactly what I expect to see at the very end, but I'm sure it's not just another large cruel ship. Although, given the way the back half of this game has gone so far, maybe I shouldn't be so quick to rule things out. 644. It's not great. Oh yeah, you can't take more than 1,000 in a hit. Right. Let's try to put a nice powerful bleed on him, I guess. Okay, well that's it then. He came out of that almost at full health. Like, it seems like he's having a really hard time getting anything, It seems like the Cruel are having a hard time generating a fleet that's actually challenging for us anymore. What a glorious spectacle! The Zlar and Terrans, once fierce adversaries, teaming up to vanquish the void-spawned Cruel Devils. A fight that will surely be remembered throughout the ages. Yeah, well fought. Now, in exchange for your valiant effort, the Directorate Comptroller has opted to give you our greatest treasure, the precursor artifact known as the Amaranthine Coil. It did sustain some damage in the massive, epic battle, but it miraculously managed to maintain its coily shape. May it ever symbolize the coily bonds between human and Zlar, never to be uncoiled. Unless, of course, you anger us, in which case that coil is coming undone. But in the meantime, enjoy your gift, human, sure. So... I mean, not to be ungrateful, but, now what? Spawning pits can't be closed. All of the Cruel ships are destroyed. All of the Cruel, like, gargantuan ships that we detected right at the act break are destroyed. And I don't know what to... Yep. The Abilene fleet has been grabbed and taken over by the Cruel and whatever. Okay, Zlar have delivered the emergent coil. I'm assuming I have to research this and probably build a thing for it before I can, 10 days. Okay, engineer can get it done in 8. Yeah, I'm assuming we have to research this thing and then maybe even build it a facility before we can move on to the next step. I don't know actually how much longer the game is. We might be drawing up on the end here. I shouldn't think it would be very much longer because like we've been at the top tier of spaceships for hours now. There you go, 3,500 damage. That's what we're looking for. Alright, It's not really a ton of strategy to apply here. Let's shoot them until they are dead. Okay. So we're all just waiting with bated breath on this research now, I think. These are out-of-date ships. Look at that. What that one has 1,400 health. Jeez. Well, none of these are dangerous. I can tell you that right now. Oh, not quite. How much is that going to heal by? I need one more turn. And then all the AoE comes off cooldown and we can just start obliterating stuff. Alright, Warp Storm it is. At this point, the external value of keeping our ship safe, which is to say, you know, the fact that it lowers the cost to heal us, is starting to look pretty irrelevant. We have, what, 60,000 banked dark matter? We could repair any number of ships any number of times, really. So it doesn't really matter if we take damage during combat anymore, unless we're trying to preserve for something that's going to happen immediately. Like when we're fighting a boss fight or something. Alright, Zaryan through Directorate has reached out. You know what? I don't even care. Research the damn coil. Alright, what is this thing? Commander, immediately upon connecting the final of the 4 artifacts in place, the entire sector was engulfed in a quantum field wave. The wave itself seems strongest, just not far from our starbase. This is a strange way to word this. Giving you visuals now. Okay, that's the star. Oh, all right. I was gonna say that visual is just me. I know what that is, but this is something else. In case anyone was not clear, this is not me, this part. I guess it's time to rumble? I assume that we're not going to be able to just hang out. So... Oh! We're actually playing as the base now. Resistance beam. What did that work? How does he feel about that? Okay. Commander, good to see you awake again. I'll get you up to speed. The arrival of the cruel mothership seemed to stir awake some ancient processes in Halcyon 6 itself. The end result seems to be that the mothership and the station are now locked in struggle with one another. Unfortunately, the station seems to be losing in this contest. However, we may be able to aid it by acquiring more artifacts like the ones we recovered from the other humanoids in this sector. A briefing has been prepared for you as to where you might find these artifacts. Okay. A number of precursor graveyards appeared at the same instant as the mothership. We should dispatch fleets to them and recover what we can. Expect the Cruel to try to do the same. Commander, wonderful news! The Corzan have again reached universal consensus over the matter of commending to you a peerless Corzan ship. And to think, we never could have achieved this milestone without the near extinction of the human race. Funny how things work out sometimes. Glorious human commander! They're gonna make me do all my voices in quick succession here. You receive a great gift today, a Zlar Yantu ship. Throw the rest of your paltry vessels aside, melt them into scrap. For as of this day, you have no need of them. For the Zlar will kill your enemies for you. What are you waiting for? Do it now! Excellent news, human. In response to your remarkable, some may say suspicious, goodwill toward the Yabbling Merchant Guild, we were able to, do some favors, scratch some backs, unwrap some yabbish squash nuts, all sorts of things. And in doing so, we were able to free up a Yabbling ship for you. Do with it what you will, regardless of how irresponsible it may be. Human friend, I've decided to fashion you a gift. A collective ship commanded by an officer, just how you like them. And these aren't just mindless flesh husks. They even have some passing semblances of personality and self-awareness. Just like you. Just don't touch any circuitry around their earlobes, that's important. Otherwise, I'm sure they'll prove helpful against that thing. Okay. I cannot help but notice that I did not receive a notification from the Vorash. Well, I'm disappointed. Okay, so what's the story here? I don't want to fight this thing right now. I mean, our ships are way faster than theirs, right? They have to be. So I guess let's head out. Alright, this is going to be all space powers, I'm sure. So this is a tactical officer. Pretty good one. Okay, now I wish I had thought of, I did, actually. I was gonna say, I wish I had thought of having some spare ships, just in case their ships turn out not to be as good as our tier 5s. We'll trust. See, like, I think it would have been a really good idea for them to implement some kind of, like, if you ally with a species, you get one of their officers or one of their ships. Like, implement this into the actual game instead of just the very, very, very ending. Alright, well, I'm just going to level up all the space powers of all of these guys, and then, like, ground powers at random, because I don't think it matters. But just in case it does matter, let's not leave the points unspent. Sure. Get better at organ failure. Yeah, I can't tell you how disappointed I am that the Vorash don't seem to have any interest in participating. Hazard zone's a cool power. Okay, so we need to go to the precursor graveyards. Well, let's send the good ships out to this one. Hey. Send the slightly less good ships out to this one to not auto-forward time. Let's turn that off. Where else are there graveyards? Here. Temporary friends. 1. We'll just make like a rainbow coalition fleet here. Okay. Where else do I see them? There's one over here. Yeah, that's right there. There's a quest there. Temporary friends 2. This is actually just going to be the collective guy and then a couple of our guys, I think. Yeah. So we'll send out the enchanter and this hunter. And then what does that leave? Okay, this is the mothership. Okay, there are only 4 graveyards, so... Or at least they're only sending out four groups, so I think sending out 4 groups should be okay for us. Look at how fast my ships are! Recover those artifacts, though. With the quickness, please. 6 days... 14 days, okay. Get him, Chow. Uh-oh. This is looking a little bit worse. Okay, 6 days is good. Six days. Okay, 6 days it is. And then this one, I don't know who's gonna be good at 12, 12, 12. Okay, well you're doing it then. Because that way requires me to click the smallest number of times. Alright, with one of your officers still retrieving the artifact, the ship's crew will have to fight without a commander. Understood. So we don't have the access to the commander abilities of the Thaumaturge. That's actually, of the ships, I'm glad it's the Thaumaturge. Of the ships that we could be playing without the commander of, that's definitely the least harmful one. Does mean we don't have access to the nano repair field though, so we have to be a little bit cautious here. Aww, so close. Well, we'd better finish him. I don't want any brood pod shenanigans from this ship. Make him brood pod himself. Alright, the vulnerable landed. That bodes very, very well for us. Okay, I'm gonna resist the urge to... Oh, man, we don't have enough damage. Alright, let's just do this. Try to apply vulnerable to both of them. Okay. Yeah, I'm saying we should try to avoid, I think, using our epic abilities, because I don't know for sure what's going to happen when we get back to the ship. Or when we get back to the station, rather. Ouch. Well, here's what I have to say about that. What do you think about this? Okay. Yeah, I don't know if we're going to be able to actually go back inside the station before whatever climactic battle. Yeah, unfortunately, I believe none of us are going to finish getting the artifacts without getting in a fight. Who did we have sent off here? Okay, that's not totally ideal. And this is a scarier fleet than the last one. I maybe should have checked who was going where before committing my fleets. Alright, well... Please land. Yeah. Boy, they are really gonna let him have it. Okay, apparently, Arya Rovagati does not have any Omega drones. Alright, 673. Oh, we have some, yeah, Missile Swarm. So, Missile Swarm will do. We get some weapons disruption. Good stuff. I don't think I can benefit directly from that. Alright, there we go. Good Omega drones. Alright, this looks like it's starting to turn against them pretty hard here. Alright, three. Man, we are not sticking. We're not sticking these very hard. Yeah, this one's getting a little close. A little closer than I would like. Oh no, it got disrupted. Okay, I think we're alright. I need... Oh, spin move. Spin move is perfect. Not able to disable him. Not able to heal myself. It's getting a little close for comfort. Alright, please hurry that. Okay, what is your deal? You have a whole weird thing going on. Okay, well, fortunately this is only 2 enemies. Alright, so what do we have here? We have Melt Field, which inflicts a hull breach and does really quite good damage. Meltdown, which inflicts a hull breach and really does quite good damage. Huh. The difference between these is one affects sensors and the other one affects hull, and they have different cooldowns for some reason. And Security Breach, EM Trap. These guys are very resistant to... Okay, this one is. This one is very resistant to hull breach. Why don't we try turning down their engines? This ship doesn't seem very good in this particular instance. Seems like he's really hull breach focused. Alright, we're cutting their speed, we're raising our own. Hopefully we can get some meaningful damage in here. Honestly, it's so hard to justify a lot of the attacks when you have access to Bullseye. Like, a lot of those damage over time effects, don't even do as much damage over their entire duration as Bullseye does on the initial hit. Oh, we rolled very close to minimum damage there. Alright, well, we're going to get out of this one. I'm really glad that they did not send a more competent group after us, because this this fleet is a little bit on the weak side. A little bit soft. Oof. Alright. I think all we have to do is bring him down. We don't necessarily have to be in great health when we finish, because I don't think that he's going to be able to... I don't think that the Cruel are going to get another fleet out here before we can get the artifact and get gone. Just do damage, anything to deal damage. Alright, we got some critical conditions going on, but we made it. Yeah, this ship not super helpful against those particular enemies. Alright, the next one to get interfered with is going to be right here. Yes, good work, Sarah. We're all very proud of you. Okay, so it's the Yabbling. Alright, let's drop this guy's engines. Not effective. Fantastic. Frenzied Assault. It's pretty good damage. Yeah, see, like, it would have been cool to have some of these in our fleet for the entire game. Maybe just, like, if you get allied at that point, you receive one ship of their type. Just that you can, like, get some experience playing with them and stuff. Do I have a heal? It's possible that I built this without a heal. I built this fleet with no heal in it. 4470. Wow. I see no reason not to take advantage of that. Alright, I'm gonna supercharge the weapons. Hey look, don't you want to pay attention to me? Alright. Corzin Cannon. Give them the strength of your mind. Yeah, these ships are pretty effective. This is cool. Sure, that seems good. Do some damage, get a little bit of weapons disruption. Wow, it hit for 5118. That is not the number that I was expecting to see. Alright, so it seems like they're sending out more and more units. More and more fleets to fight us. Hopefully... So I'm assuming if we lose a fleet, then we lose access to that artifact. This may not, necessarily be a safe assumption. And then, like, each artifact we have gives us some particular kind of benefit in the final battle against the mothership. Wow, that's a lot of damage. Alright, this attack is slightly less weak against the reptilian version of the ship. Please do not have disrupted my other heal. That would be a real bummer. No, they disrupted this heal. Oh, that's right, the other heal's not available. We don't have the officer on board. We don't have any AoE that interacts with the debuffs we have out right now. think we can move on to this guy. This guy is low enough that he should tick out pretty soon. Although I will admit that the fact that he hasn't yet is making me a little nervous. Okay, there we go. Alright, this should be sufficient to secure this artifact for us. And then I guess we send them home, or I can send them to the other places to try to ease everybody else's search. Oh my god, how long is this disruption gonna last? There we go. All you gotta do is run into him at top speed. Right, surprise, surprise. The fleet with the full tier 5s is doing good jobs. Okay, we have recovered some artifacts. Now we're actually in a pretty grim position in a couple of places, although here I think we're going to get the artifact before the fleet catches us. Maybe even here. How are you guys doing? Not that well. I'm going to send the good ships over to here to help with the defense of this fleet. Actually, it looks like we're going to be okay. Alright, so that was you guys. Head back. Head back. What? That was weird. Shit. I don't know if we're going to get there in time. In fact, I feel pretty confident that we're not going to get here in time. Go to the repair bay. Critical starbase repairs. Somebody do it. 17 days. That is not going to be... I didn't want to leave. Alright, what about this? Can we get an engineer to do these repairs in time? 6 days? That's probably not going to cut it. What about the one that starts at 5 days? How much can we get that down to? 3 days. I don't think that we have 3 days. Oh, Suki leveled up. Sure. There you go. So what am I to do with these artifacts exactly? I don't even know. Okay. This seems like a great time for meaningless random events to not keep happening. Okay, this might not be so bad. This guy's gotta die fast, but then I think we'll be okay. Okay, actually, I think we're gonna be just fine. So we go for the slime meld, try to get a little bit of health back. I know it doesn't heal for a tremendous amount. Do we have an AoE attack available? Okay, yeah, they did not send the 18 out on this one. So it looks like we will in fact be able to retrieve all of the artifacts. Yeah, these Yab ships, not spectacular. I'm wondering if the Yab captain maybe is a big deal. Okay, so I think we can safely tell the good ships to return home. Cool. Alright. Rigged up the remaining artifacts to the station's power capillaries, resulting in an overflow to its matter beam. In other words, it should be ready to fire on our command. However, we've hit a snag in the plan. The station has signaled to us that it refuses to discharge the beam until the cruel mothership has been stripped of its outside layers. We need to send in a fleet to peel off enough of the mothership's exoskeleton in order for it to be made vulnerable to the station's beam. Finally, our physics team has strongly urged that our crew be nowhere near the station when it emits the blast, as its core will be greatly destabilized. As such, we prepared an evacuation of the facility to take place at the point of beam expulsion. However, this is all a moot point until the mothership is sufficiently injured by our fleet strike, and the decision as to when that will occur will all be yours. Yeah, okay. So... get the hell out of there. As soon as these guys are back home is when that occurs. Alright, let's do it. Do we have time to wait for these guys to get back with the... Does it matter? I don't know. We got an event that triggered when they picked it up. I think that we're good already. So let's do this. Okay, you have an item slot available. We can fill that up with fuel bowels. The amygdalic projector is not really important because we never miss anything anyway. Yeah, sure, android hulls. Nah, fuel bowels. Oh, we can have 3 things on these ships now. Get the smoke expeller, and you... psychic sensors. Okay. Back to launch. Launch fleet. Repair all. Let's do it. Okay. I'm assuming that there's a lot of phases to this because these numbers aren't too big. So what does this do? Sensors down, resistance, and aim. I mean, sure. Doesn't take a turn, so why not? And then let's just let him have it. I mean, just pick a section and blow it up. Actually, let's apply the buff. What? Do it. That was weird. Oh no, my core! Well, that's a lot of damage per round, actually. Use those android hulls. And then... 543, 407. Yeah, it's not so bad. Apparently, you have to click a little bit higher than I want to click in order for the things to actually happen. Damn it. Crew panic is not good. This is not a good time for crew panic. I think just a normal shot should be fine for this. Wow. Alright. Damn. Repair drones on him. That'll pull the debuffs off as well. Shoot him right in the nose. What is this? Is he healing? Okay, yeah, he's got the same armor thing that we have. I need to find an attack that he's not going to resist all of. Like I said, I'm assuming this is a multi-phase fight, so I don't want to pop any of my important legendary powers or anything, because I have no idea what's going to happen. Okay, good stuff. Shooting the armored ship. I really appreciate that. It's very nice of you. Well, this will probably kill it. Okay, one more segment down. But I mean, there's going to be a bunch of layers, right? Let's get this prepped. I don't know if our supplies between rounds are going to carry over. Like, I have no idea how this is going to work. Okay, so yeah, our stuff carries over between rounds, and I'm pretty happy about putting up the restoration field right before the start of a new round. I guess we won't panic. Is it still 1,500 per hit limit? Damn it. Yeah, I won't panic and hit the legendary stuff just yet. Alright, how bad is that? Oh, not bad at all. Yeah, they're actually kind of doing a bad job. What, evade? Well, we still get the buff at least. Let's see if we can get some vulnerables out. Okay, landed a couple. Good time for a crit. Oof. That Hull Leech is pretty good. Good time for a smoke expeller, just, you know, buy myself a little bit of defense. Alright, we've almost got one segment down. We are going to run out of healing. I assume the idea is that the fight is just super hard and you do lose people, but that we wear it down with the entirety of the fleet. But these guys are definitely going to be able to put up a competent early push. So I think we just keep shooting them with the incisor beam. This is working out really well. Alright, this is a good time to re-up the armor. Ouch. That hurt. That was pretty real. Alright, a little bit of AoE. Apply that weapons disruption. Alright, I'm going to go out on a limb here and assume that there are at least 3 phases, because it's a video game and that's generally how things work. No, I don't wanna pop this yet, but I'll Omega Drone myself, I think. Okay, just needs one more hit. I think I've used the incisor beam more times in this fight than I have in the entire rest of the game combined. Okay, this might be the last phase. I'm gonna go ahead and go for it here. Let's rock these legendaries. Ooh. There's some very visually impressive stuff going on here, that's for sure. He seems to be taking a lot of turns in a row. Yeah, it's like just really high speed. You can see he's got a lot of actions. Let's try not to lose anybody if we don't have to, although it looks like he's really fixated on Ingeborg, which may bode ill for her. We have so many effects stacked up on them, though. Like, look at how quickly their health is ticking out. Heal self. Let's heal self. Okay. Yeah, that strategy really worked out, hoarding all the powers till phase 3. because the things got really ugly there, and then we applied a million points of damage over time effects and turned everything around. Well, almost everything that I have is going to do dramatically reduced damage to him. Alright, this'll do something. Enough. Alright, more phases. I noticed that he has run out of damage limiters, though. Let's just start picking them off one by one. We gotta re-establish into the fray here. We are out of AoE heals. What can you do? You can gravity well him somewhere. Yeah, that's pretty good. 1506, not bad, not bad. And then we can dive bomb his ass. Look at this. 2754. Pretty good. Oh boy, they're really letting him have it. So what's the best thing to do? You know what, let's use the last Omega drones on him to clear his crew panic, because I don't want him to get crew panicked. Okay. Fairly likely to apply that vulnerability. Alright. The panic, the panic. Everybody just calm down, it's gonna be fine. Alright, I really hope that he doesn't panic. This would be a good time for him not to panic. I don't know that it's going to be necessary for us to deal damage to this part. I kind of think we should start in on this guy. Because I think that Sissoko on his next turn will be able to finish this off. Maybe not anymore. Shoot. Yeah, it turned around on us. Damn it, resisted. Okay, we're getting lots of really good evades here. Evades here. If we weren't pulling so many evades, I think we'd be in real trouble. Alright. Now we got him, right? There we go. There it is. Okay, there's 2 more parts left. We are very low on resources, though. Alright, if we can get the sensors offline to apply... Just stack up all the good debuffs on him here. Do we have Into the Fray available again yet? Into the Fray does really good damage on sensors offline. No, not quite. I can bullseye him. Press the Void Spatter, which does pretty okay damage. Alright, we gotta, Isolde has to use the drones a little bit, because we gotta push his health back up. Can't seem to get her a turn, though, jeez. Oh my god, stop resisting the torture. Alright, that's certainly gonna help. Get us rebuffed. Alright, can Isolde please have a turn? I feel like she's been disabled for about a year. Now I kind of think it's more important to do it on the science vessel. Alright, we've got 1 single target heal left, and I think we are completely out of heals. Alright, I'm really pleased with Gravity Well. Gravity Well has been a tremendously useful ability. Alright, great evade. Very well-timed evade. Okay, oh, it's got a little bit of a cooldown, though. Oh, we do still have Omega Drones, although this ship is equipped with really garbage Omega Drones. Alright, I think this will do it. It won't kill him outright, but it'll put him in a position where he definitely will tick down. Or we'll just finish him. That's fine. Okay. Here we go. If this is not the last phase, then I think these ships are going to die. And we have a lot more fleet. Certainly. But I was kind of hoping we can maybe get through the final boss fight without losing anybody, because that would feel pretty badass. Sticking with the Pulse Smash. Pulse Smash didn't work. Nope, none of that worked. Wow, that was a big hit. Alright, well, Quantum Death Beam it is. Don't have a lot of options here. Do we miss a line, maybe? We're just pawns in an internecine struggle spanning eons. Making a startling discovery about their origins from precursor artifacts recovered during the struggle against the cruel mothership, the Zlar Directorate was able to isolate the aggressive mutagenic nucleus of the Zlar race. Finally, the Zlar had found the key to unlocking a future devoid of the need for regular wanton violence amongst its genetically deviant peoples. So, after one final tearful culling, the Zlar once and for all became able to enforce genetic homogeneity on the race, which enabled them to become productive, surprisingly genteel members of the Federation. Yeah, still, I don't know if a massive eugenics program is really a great, we should feel bad about that. We helped a bad thing happen there. The Yebling Merchant Guild, unbeknownst to their supposed rulers, formally joined the Federation soon after the defeat of the cruel mothership. While not trusting themselves to lend their expertise to the Federation economy for reasons of vast conflicts of interest, the Guild took advantage of the newfound galactic stability to become avid explorers. Venturing out into new sectors, piercing deep into the void, they would inevitably report back with ever more mysterious liquids they would attempt to market under the Yabacola Corporation label. With the Corzan entry into the Federation, the race of empaths finally allowed themselves to concede the non-existence of their prophetic future sight to the other races. We all knew, guys. It's okay. Consciences cleared, the Corzan used their limited telepathic and empathic abilities to become invaluable to the Federation Diplomat and Counselor Corps, although, admittedly, their oft-repeated refrain of "Captain, I think they're hiding something," became something of a joke throughout the Federation. Formally joining the Federation yielded some truly excellent results for the collective consciousness. With the help of fresh examinations of human specimens supplied by the Federation, the collective was able to reverse the long, slow decline of its flesh husks, which not only gave the collective itself a new lease on life, but also supplied the Federation with a reliable source of cannon fodder. Also not great. Nobody was more happy about this than the Green Shirt Cadet Corps. Yeah, that's fair. The Vorash proved to be enthusiastic, if problematic, members of the Federation, often requiring firm rebuke whenever committing a mass atrocity against a nearby race without the written consent of Federation command. Still, having a bloodthirsty attack dog in the Federation's back pocket did prove valuable during confrontations with future foes, just not during confrontations with the cruel, you lazy, assholes. Meanwhile, the Terrans and the victory they and their allies achieved against the cruel mothership transformed the galaxy. In many ways, its destruction ushered in a new era of peace and mutual understanding between the races that had taken part in Massive Structure's defeat. There's probably an article missing here somewhere. Between those who had taken part in the final push against the living planet, a new bond was struck. One that would lead, finally, to a formal partnership. A true federation of interstellar races that could withstand even the very worst the universe could throw at them. Hey look, it's hopeful. It's a hopeful ending. Who would have thunk it? What do we... Is there going to be credits? We're just going to sit here and watch Halcyon 6 kind of float? The end. Okay, it needed me to click so that it could say the end. Thank you. Congratulations to me. We sincerely hope you enjoyed what is the product of thousands of long work days, countless design iterations, and a long, arduous journey to bring the game to market. If you've been following our story since the Kickstarter, you may know that we pledged first to release the game as we originally envisioned it, with further upgrades laid out for the post-release period. Currently, we're not only working on some of the key stretch goals we referenced in our Kickstarter, like a base morale system, a star-based health system, and an equipment loot system, but we've also got a much deeper, more interesting officer progression system on the way as well. We're also in the middle of conducting Skype calls with our highest tier backers with whom we're designing a slew of new exciting story quests, custom powers, and challenge campaigns that will bring lots of new variety to the game. So keep an eye out for these big updates over the next few months, as we're sure they'll breathe new life into the game and make for a drastically different play experience. And thanks for being a part of the cohort of players who have supported us the whole way. Without your support, we never would have made it this far. Sincerely, the Halcyon 6 team. Okay, so it's kind of interesting. It's hard to know when a game is complete. What does complete mean anymore? Because it seems like every game is released with a, 6 or 18 month feature roadmap. And so I feel like maybe we played the game a little bit too early and these interesting and deep systems weren't in place yet. On the whole, I would say that I really enjoyed this game all throughout Act 1. And all throughout the finale event, I thought was pretty cool, with the splitting up the ships and everything. Splitting up the ships to loot the precursor graveyards and stuff. Although I do wish we got a little bit more of that story stuff, that interaction with the precursors, just getting their artifacts from other people and then plugging them into our ship. Didn't really give me a feeling of understanding anything more about the precursors, or there's sort of a sense of wonder that games like Endless Legend are able to evoke about the Endless, about those who came before, that I don't really feel was here. But I had a lot of fun with the game, except for that stretch in the middle of Act 2 that was kind of tedious, where we were just doing the same thing over and over again and waiting for the game to decide that we could play the finale. So I hope that you guys enjoyed the series as much as I enjoyed making it, or maybe a little bit more. If you did, leave likes and comments, and if you're interested in seeing any game in particular on the channel in the future, please leave that stuff in the comments below. I can't promise that I will actually play everything that's suggested, but I will definitely take it all into account. We've got a couple of really cool things lined up for the near future, so come back for that stuff, and we'll see you then.